After exploring Alaska's backcountry roads and enduring record-breaking rainfalls, Mother Nature has continued to tease us as she hesitates between summer and fall. Today, Jim and I head north on the Richardson Highway to another area of Alaska we have yet to explore. While there, I rediscover a childhood love for making jelly and whip up a batch of Alaskan fireweed jelly while admiring the view of the Gulkana Glacier. We then visit an amazing Alaska small business and enjoy our first meal in months, prepared by someone other than ourselves. Thank you for coming back to spend some time with us as we venture into another part of Alaska if you take the time to stop and explore. Can you imagine that prior to 1898, the only travel within the interior of Alaska was by water systems? The road that Jim and I adventure down today is actually Alaska's first road. The government was eager to prove that this $7.1 million purchase of Alaska in 1867 wasn't a folly. The Fairbanks Gold Rush began in 1902, and the transition of this route from trail to road drew in failed and destitute prospectors who were eager to earn money and escape the territory and their failed dreams. All of this wonderful historical information aside, let me tell you that the Richardson Highway is one of the more stunningly beautiful routes in the state. And while Jim and I were showing you more of the road in itself in future videos, tonight we pulled in late to our stop for the evening, uncertain as to the views that we would wake up to in the morning. But you can trust me, we weren't disappointed.
Ember's taking a nap. Still beautiful. So peaceful.
Yep.
I've been waiting to do this, but there's no point in waiting anymore. It hasn't stopped raining, so there's nothing better to do than make some jelly. There weren't many bugs in there when I last laid it out. I've laid it out a couple of times. I'm going to rinse it a couple of times, and then, yeah, I don't see anything. But
So our plan today was to hike up to the glacier, which is right up there. And then this storm rolled in.
I'm glad we didn't hike up there and not see this coming, because we could have gotten stuck up there in this.
Yeah, that would have been miserable.
Totally. It made for a good adventure. I mean, this is fun. I'm having a good time.
Have I told you how much I love fireweed? In previous videos, I have been collecting the flowers of this beautiful flower along our travels. And this flower speaks to me because it's a vagabond, explorer, and a wanderer. And in the future, I would love to show you its cute little parachute-shaped seeds that travel to wherever the wind takes them. And from there, they plant roots and create colonies of beauty, rarely standing alone. This gorgeous pink and purple flower can be used for a variety of things, from fireweed honey, jelly, and syrups, because the gentle, earthy tones blend beautifully with the lemony sweet, resulting in a tangy and tasty combination of smoky and sweet. Many variations of this jelly can be created, including the addition of peppers to give it a little extra kick. You can find the full recipe I used in our description below and on Facebook. Besides fireweed's beauty, I also like that its growth is a little bit backwards than any other plants that you might see. The flowers bloom low and the stem slowly works its way to the top as it grows. So the fireweed is also useful in every stage of its growth, from the first beginning shoots that can be eaten raw or lightly cooked, to its edible leaves that make a fabulous tea. The seeds can be used as a fire starter in the fall, and the roots can be dug and made into soothing ointments. The result of this jelly was absolutely amazing. The portions were perfect for the 4-ounce jars that I used. And as we continue on our adventures, I plan to continue to harvest fireweed and other berries because, well, that's one of the many things Alaskans love to do as we prepare for the seasons to change. If you're wondering exactly how long it took me to make the jelly, I honestly completely lost track of time that day, like every other day. I took my time. I was in no hurry to complete each step. I was thoroughly organized and measured out everything before I started the process. So as things boiled, I would set things aside. I would boil the jars and set them aside. Being organized made me focus more on the beautiful rainy day around us, and I was able to create something beautiful and unique. This is what's left over from making the fireweed jelly, and right now it is kind of attracting the bugs. So this, you guys, the thermocell, we want to talk to you more about that, but this has just been crazy cool to have. So I'm gonna have to find out where to put these two things that are left over. I want to freeze the fireweed juice, and then I think I'm gonna make tea out of these leaves right here, and save these, dry them, because there's a lot more that I can do with those. So I'll probably be talking about what I do with these in upcoming videos. If I freeze the fireweed juice, then this winter I can take a cup and a half of it and just make some more jelly and give it away as gifts. This is going to make some really cool gifts for people, and I'm really happy that I did this. Not only did this just happen, but it happened right here at the bottom of this beautiful glacier. We take in every second of the earth being drenched with hydration. This is why rainy days are often my favorite. If the wind blows sideways and we have to bring the awning in, we can also be perfectly comfortable inside playing cards, watching a movie, or enjoying our time alone, quietly reading, writing, editing, or journaling. And recently, I've had a lot of time to do exactly that. So after an incredibly relaxing day of creating something both beautiful and delicious, it was time for me to put my feet up and have a cold one while Jim experiments with another Instant Pot inspiration. The sun decided to come out again and say hi. However, we have another one coming. It just keeps coming and going. Still, we can see the glacier. The sun is out. We're drying off a little bit. But we know that that's coming. So let's just focus this way for a while.
After seeing Cynthia make that incredible fireweed jelly, it's time to make some food, because all day today we've been waiting out the rain. It's been kicking our butts. We wanted to go hiking, but now it's time for dinner. It's 7:30 at night. We gotta get some food in our bellies. We haven't eaten since breakfast. So here we go. We're gonna start with some oil in the Instant Pot. We're gonna saute some garlic. We're gonna add some onions. We're going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. Cup and a half of brown rice. You want to stir it all up. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of Buffalo Ranch seasoning. Yeah, it looks about Alaskan. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. There's my southern roots. Let's stir all this up. We're going to toss in some chicken thighs. These are boneless and skinless. I hate touching chicken. So when we put the chicken in, we want to make sure that the liquid is just a little over the top of it, which this looks pretty good at the moment. One of our subscribers gave us an incredible tip after watching one of our videos, and that's that this lid sits right in here like this. We don't have to set it on the counter anymore. I mean, that's ingenious.
Mind blown.
Alright. So we want to push pressure cook. It's going to be for 7 minutes on high. As you can see, it doesn't not draw a whole lot of power, which a lot of people have been asking us here lately.
This is also after I've done my jelly and the sun's been shining for a couple hours. We're still doing pretty good on battery. Wow. The chicken turned out to be flavorful, delicious, and filling on this bone-chilling day. If you were following along Jim's recipes, a helpful hint with this one is to increase the liquid and cooking time if you use brown rice as we did tonight. Many of you have asked for printed versions of these recipes, and soon you will find each recipe will be posted on our Wings and Wheels Alaska Facebook page. As the thick black clouds rolled in and out across the sky and the sun went down, it was hard to ignore that our days are becoming shorter. Our bellies were full, our minds were clear, and the only thing we have to concern ourselves with is whether or not Ember was going to handle not having a river to swim in. She wore herself out by spending the day bringing us treasures from former campsites, bones, boots, and any other random treasures that would bring her praise. Ember's exhausted. It's time to say goodnight, and we go to bed excited for what's in store for us the following day.
You should drive it up there.
I can try.
No. Oh, wow.
We were only slightly disappointed that we weren't able to make the hike up to the Golcana Glacier and the Gabriel Ice Field. While this hike isn't a difficult one, the weather conditions somewhat dictate our decisions to enjoy the view from afar and cook all day long. Ever since this pandemic began, Jim and I have found our lives shifting for the better, and as we find new ways to occupy our time and learn new skills, Jim and I have come to realize that we aren't being cautious in our travels out of fear. It seems to be an emotional label placed on anyone not accepting the herd mentality. For me, I go through life with 1,000 little nerves on the outside of my skin, absorbing the world around me. And because of this, life is about how everything feels. And I like how it feels to enjoy the sound of the rain on a metal roof dripping down to replenish the earth, a warm fire in the evening, and a crisp, warm autumn breeze on my face telling me that winter is coming. These days, I'm not searching or hoping to feel normal. I'm not scared. But there has been an ever-increasing desire inside of both of us for anything that feels real. And with that, we wanted to support another local Alaska business, and we stopped in at the Sheep Mountain Lodge for a bite to eat. Located just off the Glen Highway, this lodge has been hosting Alaskan travelers for over 77 years. But this time, it's the locals that keep this place hopping. We enjoyed halibut tacos and a salmon quesadilla and a triple berry crisp for dessert that was to absolutely die for. Our service from Nathan was top-notch, and we had the opportunity to chat with one of our subscribers. Thank you, Pat. I hope that you enjoyed your jelly, and thank you, Sheep Mountain Lodge, for being such gracious hosts. We will leave a link to their website in our description below. Feel free to bookmark their link and look them up for any of your future adventures to this beautiful state. And now, we have more glaciers to explore and back roads to discover, because before we know it, we're going to be diving hardcore into our Winter Alaskan series. Double check that you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future fun. And before you leave us today, hit that thumbs up button and give us a comment to show your support. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and we will see you again soon.